Hello my dear friends, my name is Sanne and welcome back to another beauty video. It's been a while, honestly. I think this is the first time in over a month that I actually sit down and film a video. I've been extremely overwhelmed with my internship. It's a great internship, I'm having the best time, but it's also a lot to do full days again and then also do everything that I want to do in the meantime. Including my 31 days of Halloween, which is, yes, people, it is Halloween. That's basically how I should have started this video, but it's Halloween! Yay! It's like my favorite day of the year, besides my birthday. And of course, because it's Halloween, I look like this. This is one of my 31 days of Halloween makeup looks. Love that for me. I'm almost done with that project, which I'm glad I'm almost done because I'm literally overwhelming myself with these projects, which is reverting back to the beginning point why I haven't posted in a while. I have posted, but those were also videos that I recorded way earlier, so I don't know, it feels weird. I'm just now sitting down to really film a video again. Feels a bit weird, honestly, can't lie. I'm back. I feel like after this video I will be regularly back every weekend because I want to, and I will have more time when I'm not doing a makeup look every single freaking day of the month. So yeah, and I have many ideas, so I'm back, baby. Anyway, because it's Halloween, it's like my favorite season ever, I feel like we kind of just have to do an anti-haul because there's been so many Halloween releases lately. I like to give my thoughts on them. Yeah, there's just so much going on basically, and I want to talk about it. And I basically only want to focus on Halloween releases because there's been so incredibly many this year, and you know, they need to be talked about. So we're gonna discuss them. I'm gonna give my honest thoughts on them. We're just gonna chat and be cozy for a bit. This is also why I look like this. Like, I am wearing my Halloween makeup, but also I'm in literally the coziest outfit I can imagine. I have my plushie here for emotional support during these trying times of having to look at all these makeup releases. I have my Nightmare Before Christmas blankie. I have my Snuddy. I have my Nightmare Before Christmas cup with a drink. I love that for me. I have my Nightmare Before Christmas stuff over here. We're in theme, people. And we're going to talk about some Halloween releases. Like always with every single anti-haul that I do, I'm just going to go to trend mood first. Just scroll through. I'm just going to go over basically the first Halloween stuff that I'm into, which I am really not sure if I discussed this already in my previous video. I don't think I did, but maybe, I don't know. Oh well. This is the Colourpop Haunted Mansion collection, which is also, of course, because there's a new Haunted Mansion movie just came out this year. I haven't seen it. I love the Haunted Mansion as a Disney attraction, and I love the original Haunted Mansion movie. I haven't seen the newest one yet, which I don't think should make much of a difference for my thoughts on this collection, which honestly, it's just quite a simple collection. I find the palette quite boring and maybe a bit pale. I like that there's like some of that bright teal color in there. Why is there only just one teal that you can't really combine with other shades very well? I don't know, it feels a bit out of place just in the center. I do like that there's like some duochrome action going on. I like that, having more special shades for more affordable brands. It's purple. It's not really purple, it's mostly neutral. It's blue, that's not really blue. It's mostly neutral. I don't know, it feels like a Colourpop palette to me and I'm not very interested. Like the packaging though. I do like the glow in the dark glitter stuff from Madame Leota inspired. I like that. But the rest is, in my opinion, quite simple. And I would have liked something a bit more. Let's scroll up. See what we run into. And there's, like, usually I do anti-haul every 2 months, which is basically now the time for it, but I also just kind of just want to focus on the Halloween releases, because that's basically the only stuff that I'm partially interested in. What's this? I don't think I've seen this to begin with, but these are the P. Louise palettes. Book of Spells. I'm a bit confused. Double-sided palettes with the Hocus Pocus Regain Focus and a Droplet of Magic. Honestly, the packaging with it looking like an actual spell book, it's beautiful. The packaging is stunning, especially the matte black with the shiny black on top. Beautiful. I don't know, most of it feels like a very generic rainbow to me. Looking at the right side pictures, looking at the center pictures, which is half of each of the palettes, I really like those color stories for Halloween. They're like 9 pans each. But then the right side, it feels just very basically rainbow-ish, I guess. I don't know. I like half of it. It's fine. I'm not buying it though. It's not even close to something that I would buy, but I must confess the packaging is beautiful. Okay, then we have the Odin's Eye collection. They released the Halloween collection with Anjeska. It contains 2 palettes, which I do think are very nice. I like the cool toned one again. For some reason, I have never been very interested in Odin's Eye's warm tone palettes. The packaging again is stunning. Odin's Eye have really been stepping up with their packaging. It's beautiful. I like the pan shape. It's unique but still very, very straightforward and doable. What I don't like is every single collection in the past few years they've done a warm toned and cool toned palette, and I feel like comparing those palettes to the other collections, they're similar. They're not the same. Of course they're not. They're not the same colors. I can see that. I feel like it's getting a bit old to have like the exact same setup, like cool toned, warm toned. Warm toned is always like some kind of green with red and orange, and cool toned is always some kind of blue and purple. Always. It was the same with their Christmas collection last year. And I feel like also a different collection that came out at another point. I'm not sure. I feel like it's getting a bit repetitive. But that's maybe just me. I do think, especially the cool tone palette, it's beautiful. It looks really nice. I like the bright yellow in there combined with the purples. And then those blues are a really, really nice shade of blue, in my opinion. Okay, let's talk about this, because Glamlight came out with multiple Halloween collections, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, multiple. They're definitely multiple. I don't know how many exactly. I thought there were 3. I'm not sure about that. They have the Ghostface collection from Scream, of course, which is a palette, a mirror, and a lip set. The lip set looks beautiful, by the way. That's stunning. I don't think it's very specifically Halloween, but it's a very, very stunning lip set. The mirror is kind of cute. The palette, it's mostly grays, I think. Yeah. I like it. It's not ugly, but it's not something that I like to wear a lot. I do think it looks nice. And if you're looking for if you're a big fan of the movie and you're looking for a staple for your grungy, gothic-y kind of looks, I think this would be great. I don't think I'll ever use a palette like this. I need some color in my life, you know? I always get bored when I do a smoky eye and it has no color or no anything extra in it. I'm like, it's missing something. I don't know what, but it's missing something. Why are we still reposting Jeffree Star makeup looks in our Year of the Lord 2023? What's Trendmood doing? Anyway, probably on their paycheck. I will not be discussing that, thank you very much. Okay, then we have the Unearthly Cosmetics collection called Devour, which I think it's a pretty palette. It has some nice shimmers in there. Some deep tones, some less deep tones. It's not ugly, but I think the shades of green are just a bit too aggressive for my taste, for what I like to wear. But I do think the packaging is stunning. I love that kind of retro cartoon-ish vibe. I think it's really nice. The packaging is beautiful, honestly. Okay, then we're here for, the babes. Everything. You see all of this? I own The Nightmare Before Christmas. I also own 3 Nightmare Before Christmas palettes. two of them, honestly, thanks to Beauty and the Beaker for growing my Nightmare Before Christmas palette collection. This is why I am definitely an expert on Nightmare Before Christmas collections, and I am qualified to give my opinion on them 1000%. This is the Melt Cosmetics Halloween Town collection. So we have a palette which I think is freaking adorable. In my opinion, the shades could have been a bit different. Maybe a bit more green and a bit more, like a few blacks and greys, not too many. So color wise I'm not sure if it like conveys the movie for me. But the color story in itself is very, very cute. I like it. Purples, teals, blues, tiny bit of yellow. I like it. I think I can work with that. The shape of the palette, I like the funkiness of it. It definitely feels like the Nightmare Before Christmas movie with this claymation. I like it. I feel like the highlighter, the plastic packaging looks a bit cheap. Not my favorite. So, and also of the lipsticks, the packaging, I like that there's like an imprint in it, but the packaging just looks cheap in my opinion. If you're gonna do like see-through plastic packaging, I feel like it's gonna look cheap very quickly, and they're not cheap. The lipsticks are $24 each. I don't know. I do like the shades. They're very lovely and dark. But yeah, the palette itself, the packaging is stunning. The color story is also really nice. Don't know if it conveys the movie for me, but in itself it's really nice. So I'm not mad. Then the thing that kept me absolutely on my freaking toes these past few weeks, the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Sickly Sweet collection, the palette. I'm like still in doubt about this palette. I think I need it in my collection at some point. I also have no idea if it's gonna be like limited edition or anything, but I'm still not sure if I need to add this to my collection, because honestly, I want a Blend Bunny palette. I want to try their formula. I've heard so many amazing things, and I just feel like I can do amazing things with their palettes. But so far, the only one that lured me in is Lure, but I didn't buy it yet. Then this one came, I was like, maybe if I were ever gonna try Blend Bunny, this would be the palette to do it, because I think it's stunning. At first I was put off, because what I like about Blend Bunny is their color story wise layout of their palettes. For this palette they shook it up a little and made a chaotic layout, which I think if they want to do it, you gotta do it, you know? I love your creative aspect. I do think sometimes it helps making color combinations that you usually do not think of, but my brain also likes to see all the palettes in the same, like, or all the colors in the same range together to see if they fit together. Are there enough deep shades? Are there enough light shades? Are there enough shimmers in the same range? That's kind of what I like to see. So I did make an edit, I'll put it up here, of that palette and put it in like the right color order for my brain. And looking at it like that, I was like, oh, I'm in love. This is stunning. This is beautiful. And I can stick this like printout in the palette so I can compare shades. And then I can definitely work with this palette. And looking at it still, the colors are beautiful. There's so many lovely little pastel shades in there. And you freaking know I live for pastel shades. I live in pastel colors every single day. Half of my wardrobe is pastel colors. So I am still in doubt if I should get this. If you've tried it, let me know. I need all the thoughts. Also on people, maybe of people who didn't get it in PR, because I know a lot of people, I follow a lot of people on Instagram who I love following, who are on the PR list, so maybe they're a bit biased, and I would just like to hear from someone who actually bought this palette. So if you did, do let me know, because I want to hear if it's worth buying or not, because it might just be my first Blend Bunny palette. Apparently Makeup Revolution came out with an It collab, and you know, if you've seen my Antihauls before, I am not a fan of Makeup Revolution collab collections, because why do these collections need like 3 different palettes that are each a different shape, style, layout and number of colors? I do not understand. Enlighten me. What is the good thing about it? It weirds me out. It looks ugly. I don't like it. It always looks cheap. So, no, it's not for me. This palette, the palette shaped like the little paper boat. Why? It takes up a lot of space as well. I just don't like it. And okay, this palette is at least, I think it's face paint, the second palette. So at least that's different. And then I understand giving it a different shape. I'll give them that this time. Honestly, I'll give them that. The Beauty Blender in the shape of the balloon, kind of camp. I like it. But the rest, I don't know. It just looks cheap. I wouldn't try it personally. Then we have the Profusion Casper the Friendly Ghost collection, which is cute, I guess. It has some cute highlighters, some cute... I do like the... Yeah, I do like the brushes. The brushes are actually very cute. And we have a lot of cool shimmery things that I feel like are pretty unique. And then the palette to me is just kind of boring. It seems kind of light, like a lot of unnecessarily light shades. But then it does have some nice blue, purple. It's not too bad. I do think it could be a little bit more curated with less shades. To make more of a consistent color story. So now it just feels a bit overwhelming. Okay, see? I knew we had more Glamlight collections. Glamlight Friday the 13th. It's a palette with some like extras, I guess, lipstick, whatever. I usually only talk about palettes mainly, but the rest of it looks fine. It looks cute. Nothing too extraordinary in my opinion. I do think Glamlight always nails it with the packaging on every collection. I think it looks very put together and nice and professional. I like it a lot. The color story of this one, I feel like it's nice that like this is more of a color story that I would pick. It has a tiny bit more color. It's not just grays like their previous collection, but it is very deep and grungy and in the same vibe, basically same range of vibes. It just has some color to it. So I actually really like this one. This one looks nice. I might, like if I ever had the option to try this, I wouldn't be mad at trying it basically. But I would not put my money in that because it's just not for me. And then we've already reached another Glamlight collection, which is the Nightmare on Elm Street collection. Which I think is also pretty nice actually. You know, Freddy Krueger's t-shirt is red and green. So we have a red tone palette and a green tone palette. And I feel like for, you know, having a base color of red and green, the colors in there are quite a big range of shades. I think both palettes look pretty nice. Just another good, well curated collection in my opinion. Just not something that I would try myself, but the palettes look good, I cannot lie. They look nice. We also have the recently de-influenced palette by Bella Beauty Bar, which I think is just a very, very cute palette. I don't think I have very many thoughts on it. It's fine. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't have many thoughts on that one, I guess. Then we have, oh my god, the voice crack. Then we have the Gourmand Girls Cosmetics collection, or palette, together with Doodles by the Bunny, which I think this kind of color story is more what I have in mind when I think about Halloween palettes. Has some dark grungy tones, but mostly like greens, yellowish tones and purples. I feel like this is exactly what I'm looking for in a Halloween palette. And I like that there's some pretty shimmers in there. In my opinion, very cute. Packaging could have been a bit more excessive. We're getting to the Halloween bundle by Glisten Cosmetics, which are just a few split liners which look very cute. I think they're very Halloween-y colors. It's just cute, but I don't think it's anything particularly special. I don't think these are shades that you can't get anywhere else in any capacity, so I'm not too blown away, but it's adorable. Then we have something exciting, I think at least, because this is a collab with a creator that I've been following for a while. This is the Wicked Widow Beauty collab with Goth Adjacent. Goth Adjacent is a very cool creator in my opinion. Their looks are always very, very cool. Love the way she does like this sharp ass eyeliner. Beautiful. And they released 3 lipstick shades together with Wicked Widow Beauty. And I think they're great, honestly. They're like purple, teal and green, so very extremely unique lipstick shades that I don't think you can get easily anywhere else. I think it's a very cute bundle. I'm just very happy for them that they have this cute collab going on. I like that. And it's a nice little collab, I think. I would actually get this if I had money. Okay, speaking of Wicked Widow Beauty, besides the Goth Adjacent collection, they also brought out a makeup palette for Halloween, the Graveyard Smash palette, which I think it's a very cute name. I love the little drawing on front. It's very cute. I think the colors are a bit... I'm not sure. I don't feel like they all fit very well together. But maybe other people can do something creative with that and I'm just not creative enough for a color story like that. But I think it's a very adorable little palette. Nothing too out of the ordinary for me, I think. But it's just cute. Oh, this monstrosity. Notoriously Morbid came out with a palette that has some Halloween icons in there, which in my opinion just looks very childish and not professional. Yeah, it's not for me. Let's just say that. Let's just be nice and say that's not for me. Then we have recently Shall We Makeup came out with their Halloween collection. The Mist Witch, and it's so pretty. I honestly can't. I really want this. This is beautiful. I must say, like they came out with this bigger and smaller version, which I really appreciate that they give that option, because sometimes you just want to add the colors to your collection but you don't want a lot of the product. The palettes, at least the bigger ones, I'm not sure about the mini size, but the big size is magnetic. So that's really nice. The packaging is beautiful. And I do think like in the smaller one where you have the vertical, like the long pants, I do think that looks nicer than the circles. But the colors are beautiful. The blues and the shimmers, a tiny bit of purple. I think it's really pretty. I'm gonna maybe consider that one at some point because maybe I like it. Then we have an interesting release by Sugar Drizzle Polish. Like, yes, this is their own like original packaging, but also with like the amount of shades and then the metallic edge around the shade or whatever. It feels like those Gourmand Girls palettes that we just literally talked about like 5 minutes ago. I like it. It's mainly green, so if you're into green, it's green and neutrals basically. It has a couple beautiful multi-size duochrome shimmers in there, which is really nice, but I don't think it's for me. I think it's too much green, but it's a nice palette. It's not ugly. I'm not mad at it. Then we have the Hellbite Beauty Cottage Witch collection, which, why? The lipsticks look nice, the lashes look nice, but why does that palette have to have so many pins? I don't understand. It's just a generic rainbow. I don't think it feels like, it doesn't really feel like it has many special things. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a bit boring. Even though it's a big palette with so many shades, I think it's quite boring. Okay, then we have a new palette from a new brand, Divaroon, I think. That's how I pronounce it, I'm not sure. Divaroon Cosmetics, which the aesthetic of this palette, beautiful, stunning. The purple, subtle detailing, I love it. The color story, again, very much Halloween shades, but it does have some extra shades in there that are a bit less Halloween-y, but I think they look really nice. I think it's nice that most of the shimmers also have some sort of matte to pair it with. I usually really like that, just because it makes it a bit easier to create looks with it. And I think it actually looks really pretty. It has some beautiful duochromes / multichromes in there. I think it's a nice palette, and it's an absolutely beautiful first palette for a brand as well. And finally, I'm just gonna close this down because I feel like there's way more Halloween collections out there, but I just can't find them and I need sleep right now. But the only one that I do really still want to talk about is the Chaos Dirt Harvest and Hex collection, which I think is just an adorable, beautiful collection. It's a bundle of single shades. At first, like the first week, they came with a free palette, but now you can just buy the bundles, and I think they're stunning. You have a couple duochromes, a couple multichromes, some metallics, and then some beautiful other shimmers and more sparkly shades. I think the range is great. I'm still looking to get some of them. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get all of them or what I'm gonna get. I do think it leans mostly neutral, so the colors could be a bit more bright in my opinion, but in general I think it's a really pretty collection, and it's all handmade, cruelty-free and vegan. I think it's great. And I kind of really want to try this collection as well and see, because these are the first duochromes and multichromes that Chaos Dart is making, so I really want to see how those look, try them out. That was the final Halloween collection that I think I'm going to talk about, because I'm tired. I've been sleeping already for like 10 minutes on camera, I feel like. That's it. Let me know what you think of all these Halloween collections. Did you get any of them? Are you still gonna get any of them? What are your thoughts, your conclusions? Let me know. Spill the beans. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more from me. Want to see even more from me, my blog and my socials, mainly my Instagram where I post makeup looks like this, are all linked down below so you can check it out as well. And that's gonna be it for me today. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Toodles, and have a lovely Halloween, people.